the lengths of corresponding sides of two similar right triangles in the ratio of 4 to 5. The hypotenuse of the smaller triangle is 24. How many inches long is the hypotenuse of the longer? So we could do this as a proportion. So small, we'll do that in blue, to large, we'll do it in green. Okay, and then we know the smaller triangle hypotenuse is 24. And the larger hypotenuse triangle, we don't know, so we'll call that x. And we just cross multiply. And so we get 4x equals 120, divide both sides by 4, we get x equals 30. Another way to do this would be using a ratio box. So we have 4, we have 5, right? So this is a way to do lots of ratio problems. And so we have 24 as the smaller triangle. So to get the constant, it's going to be 24 divided by 6. I mean, not 6, divided by 4, right? 24 divided by 4, because what's on top is going to equal 6. 24 divided by 4, and that equals 6. That means it's the constant all the way across. So 5 times 6 is 30. This is really beneficial if you have lots of ratios to consider, right? Because once you get the constant doesn't change. It's that manipulation of the direct variation formula. So your answer is E, 30. Lengths of the three sides of a right triangle below. What is the sine of A? Just need SOHCAHTOA. Sometimes you have some catchy acronyms to help remember this. TOA, SOHCAHTOA. So we want to know the sine of A, so we're going to do sine of A, this angle, which is the opposite, 8, over the hypotenuse, 17. So 8 over 17, and that does not reduce, so your answer has to be F. In the figure shown below, C is on the segment with endpoints AD. The distance between A, B is 2,000, so this is 2,000 between A and B. Distance between A and C is 1,600, so this is 1,600. Between A and D is 2,500, so all of this is 2,500. And between B and C is 1,200. Okay, so now we know that this is 1,200. What is the distance between B and D? So we want to know from here to here. Let's put that in red. From here to here. Okay, so this is just a triangle. So let's just redraw this triangle so we can work with it here. We know C to B is 1,200, right, this spot. And we know this, C to D, is going to be 2,500 minus 1,600, and that is 900. So now we might recognize that we have a 3, 4, 5 triangle. 3, 4, 5. And if we do, that's just going to be 9, 12, 15, right? 1,500. If you didn't know that, you use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So it'd be 900 squared plus 1,200 squared equals C squared, and you just figure all that out. It still shows the manipulation of 3, 4, 5. So your answer is E. What is the sum of the two solutions of this equation? So we have x squared, so we're going to have x, we have another x, right? So that's going to give us x squared. Let's look at this negative 45, and then we have a negative here. So I'm going to say 9 and 5, and since it's negative, I'm going to go x minus 9, x plus 5. Now we can FOIL this out just to make sure. First, outer, inner, last. We have x squared plus 5x minus 9x minus 45. And that does give us x squared minus 4x minus 45. So now we know we got it right. So we want the sum of the two solutions, right? So if we take this equation, we set it equal to 0, that means either one of these has to be 0, right? So x minus 9 equals 0, x plus 5 equals 0. That means x equals 9 and x equals negative 5. So those are our two solutions. When we add these together, 9 plus negative 5, we get 4. So your answer is J. What is the area in square inches of this figure? Well, let's do this box here first. Okay, so we'll outline it. Dunk, 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 dunk. You know, it's 9 and 5, and 9 times 5 is 45. Well, now this next other box is a little bit trickier, right? This area here. So we know that part of that is 2. So it's going to be 2 times what? Well, if this whole part of the bottom is 11, so it's going to be 11 minus 5, and that's going to give us 6. 11 minus 5 equals 6. So now this part is 6. So 2 times 6 equals 12. So then we have 45 plus 12, and that's going to equal 57. So your answer is B. Okay, this question just takes a minute to think about, but it's not hard. Quadrant 1 of the standard XY coordinate plane, a blinking dot is positioned at 2, 3. So we're going to just draw a coordinate plane, and we're going to put that at 2, 3, which is right here. The dot makes exactly 2 moves. First, horizontally in the x direction for 4 seconds at a speed of 0.5 coordinate units per second. So it means it moves half a unit, then half a unit, another. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So now the dot is here. And at our coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4. So our x coordinate is going to be 4. That's all we really have to do now. We have the answer already, but if we want to go, then it's going to go up to vertically on the y for 2 seconds. So it's going to go up 1 because it goes half and then half. So it was at 3, now it's at 4. So 4, 4. So your answer is H. By May 15th, so Mr. Ramirez is going to get the discount of 20%. He enrolled his 2 children. One was in grade 4. So grade 4 is $400 is the regular fee. And the other was in grade 6. So grade 6, the regular fee is $500. What was the total amount? So I'm gonna do my math on the front end for the discount. So if we get a 20% discount, so 100% is the total cost, right? 100% is the total cost. He got a 20% discount. So that means he's paying 80% of the cost, right? So I'm just doing my math on the front end. The other way would be to calculate it and then subtract. So we're just going to say he's paying 80% of the total cost. So $400 for his grade 4 child, and it's 80%, 80 over 100, or 0.8. And that is then added to the 6th grade child, $500. Again, he's paying 80% of the total cost. And we get 320 plus 400. So total is 720. So your answer is A. The other way you could have done this would be to say 400, so 400, 4th grade child, minus total cost times 20%. Right? So I just did my subtraction on the front end as opposed to the back end. And then you would have added that to 500 minus 500 times 20%. And you get the same thing, 400 and 320. Either way works. I think this is a little bit faster for me to see. So your answer is A. Which Which of the following equations gives a true relationship between the regular enrollment fee, so regular enrollment fee, this is F, and the grade of any child? So grade is G, of any child. So let's just look at grade 3. Let's focus on grade 3. So grade 3, the regular enrollment 3, should be $350. We're going to see which one gives us that fee. So if we have 3 plus 50, right, 3 plus 50, well, that equals 53, not 350. What about 3 times 50? No, that equals 150. All right, 3 plus 50, 150, plus 200, that's 350. Let's just double check to make sure we don't have to use one of the other numbers as well. That's going to be too much because that's going to end up being 450. And then that's going to end up being 950. So the only one that gives the relationship truly is H. And using the answers on that one makes it a lot easier. Okay, by May 15th, Miss Chin had enrolled 2 of her children for camp. One was in grade 3, so grade 3. And the other was in grade 4, so grade 4. Okay. For each grade, the names of the children will be enrolled by May 15th. We'll enter into a drawing for a free t-shirt. Woohoo! For each grade, one name will be randomly drawn. What is the probability that both of Miss Chin's names, children's names, will be drawn? So the kid in grade 3 is an enrollment of 20, so they have a 1 out of 20 chance that they win the t-shirt. The kid in grade 4 only has 15 kids, so they have a 1 out of 15 chance. So what's the chance they're both going to be drawn? Well, we've got to multiply those together to get that chance. So 1 out of 20 times 1 out of 15 is 1 over 20 times 15 is 300. So 1 out of 300. So C. You drove 18 miles in 20 minutes at a constant speed and did not exceed the speed limit in miles per hour. So miles per hour. Among the following, which is the lowest the speed limit could have been? Okay, so we're going to do a distance, rate, time triangle. So in our distance, rate, time triangle, we're going to now just insert our numbers. So we're looking for the rate in miles per hour. So now we drove 18 miles. We're doing it miles per hour, so we went 20 minutes, so 20 over 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. 18 divided by 20 over 60 will give us the rate. So then we're going to say 18 divided by 1/3, so we're just going to cancel out the 1/3, so we're going to go 3 over 1, 3 over 1, so 3 times 18 is 54. So 54 miles per hour is how fast you were going. So we'll put that in there. Right, that's our 54. So which could be the lowest speed? Well, you did not exceed the speed limit. So if you were going 54 miles an hour, you weren't 45 and 50 wasn't the correct answer because you would be exceeding the speed limit. So the least it could have been is 55. You stayed under 55 miles per hour. So your answer is H.